Welcome back to Eyeshadow Declutter Part 2. We're going to dive into a lot of palettes today, friends. I will have a master list to make sure that I allot everything correctly. And I'll also put an update down below in the comment section pinned so you know if everything is gone. If you want to email me anyway, that's totally up to you. But I'm going to make sure that I update you just so you don't wonder, or if you watch this like days after I upload it, because usually everything's gone day of upload, latest maybe the next day in the afternoon. And a lot of people also ask me if anything's left over to send them. Last declutter, nothing was really left, and because I have a lot of people that ask me the same thing, I do have a wait list of those individuals who want leftovers. So it all depends on what's available, you know what I mean? But enough chatting. Let's get into the goods. We have Meet Matte Schmake. Oh my god, these names with the bomb, they kill me. I bought this eyeshadow palette because I thought maybe I can make use out of these color combinations, right? Because very simple eye you can do with the beige, and then use that as a shimmer, use that as a crease color. I don't know, I just found it was interesting but also very limiting. I mean, I guess you could jump around too, because you know, these looked really nice. So that's that shade, and I was really interested in what this would look like. So that's like a really nice olivey antique type of bronze shade. Here's Jamie Wong, that's the turquoise. Not too bad. And this shade also I was like very intrigued by. So that's that crease shade. So not too bad. I feel this is ideal for the person who gets intimidated by eyeshadow palettes, but because how these are separated and sectioned off, it makes it very user friendly. You don't have to think about using more than one matte shade. All the matte shades are there for you to use. So you could just use this one with the metallic purple and be done, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna give this away. Let me know if you want Meet Matte. The BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis eyeshadow palette, super whim buy. I saw it at Ricky's, I was like, oh my god. I have to say it's not too bad. Like, these bronzer types of shades are really soft. I think they blend really nicely. So that's one shade there. It has a lot of color to it. And these are like duochrome types of finishes. So you have like that red to turquoise type of deal. Sorry, I'm not in focus. And then you have prickly pear, which is another duochrome situation. I think really pretty. So that has a lot of shine to it. And, you know, if I change my mind, I could always get this again. But I kind of grabbed it on a whim and got really excited about it. But for the most part, I don't think it's a bad palette. I think the layout is pretty good. There's a lot of highlighters in here. Like, here's one highlight. I think it's actually really nice. So there's really nice shine there, and the texture is pretty smooth. I would have liked to have maybe more eyeshadow mattes in here and less of the highlighters. Like, we could have done away with like 2 of these, I feel. Get more mattes that maybe are mauve or plummy to kind of get away from like the warm tones that are very prominent here. Even with the blues, I feel like we could have used a matte that was closer to this color story just so it can be a little more interesting. But for the most part, if you want to quickly see the blue, I don't think that's bad, right? That's some nice shine there. Hello, that was not helpful. So that's not bad. It's not super thick, like it's not like a Juvia's Place type of metallic, but if you build this up and use a setting spray, I think you will enjoy it. So let me know if you want Desert Oasis. And here's the BH Cosmetics Duo Light Highlight 9 color palette. Again, another win buy. I saw it with the Desert Oasis palette and I was like, oh my god, it's so interesting. Like, you could do a lot of fun things here. I mean, the pan frame is gorgeous. It's holographic. You could use these as cheek toppers, and these are like the more blue violet shades. This is a really cool shade, actually. This is like a nice duochrome situation going on, so I think that's a lot of fun, you know what I mean? And here is the blue. That's really silvery. Here are the pinks. Oh, well, that didn't help because I still had some green on there. Oh, I think that's the color. That's really cool. So you know what? I think I'm going to keep this. I am going to keep this because I actually think this highlighter palette is really interesting. And just from these swatches, I mean, look at these swatches. Aren't those beautifully shiny? Like, I could have a lot of fun with this. So I'm going to keep that. Sorry if I disappointed you. Love you. The Anastasia Glow Kit. This is in Sugar. She has a lot of different glow kits. This is in Sugar, and it's the more like pinky, gold, silvery type of deal. Here we have Starburst, which is really pretty. Marshmallow, I think is like your white gold type of shade. Gumdrop has a little bit of glitter, but you can see that there's a beautiful pink duochrome shift in there. So, oh, why not? Let's just do Butterscotch too. Butterscotch is definitely more golden. So here are the swatches for Sugar. I am definitely giving this away, so let me know if you want to grab it. The Double Rainbow Super Shock Shadow Collection from ColourPop. I am definitely keeping this. I love this collection. I think the colors are just so fun, and I love the limited edition color coordinating pots that they come in. So, oh, sorry. Zodiac from Beige Cosmetics. Another Beige Cosmetics buy. They, I think, came out with Zodiac 2. This was intriguing to me because it kind of reminded me of the Metal Matte situation from Kat Von D, that you had coordinating mattes with like the coordinating shimmers. You have like this one universal like duochrome type of shade here, so that's really shiny. The mattes are not too bad, I have to say. They have nice punch to them. I feel like you could work it out. You could blend those out beautifully. Here's Libra, one of the metallic shades. They're really shiny. Like, that's really pretty. I'm not sure if you can see that. Here's Cancer. Cancer is also really nice. It has a beautiful blue tint to it. I have to say, this is a really great palette. If I change my mind, I could always get it again, but I haven't been using it because it's just so big. I wish it was more condensed, and I get it that the whole design is centered around the Zodiac type of thing, but you know, I gotta let it go. Innisfree. There's an Innisfree store here in NYC Union Square. They're like a Korean beauty line, but they also have makeup, and I curated this eyeshadow palette. They have the singles, and you could get the palette in different sizes. Of course, I got the biggest one and filled her up. These aren't bad. I'm gonna keep this just because I feel like I haven't used it to its full potential yet, especially with my Sonia and Wayne brushes, so I definitely have to revisit this. But if you're ever at NYC, I highly recommend that you check these out because I feel like they have really nice shine and punch. Like, there's the blue shade, and the mattes are really nice. I particularly really love these tones. I think they're really gorgeous. So there's one matte, and there's the other. So I'm going to keep this and play with that some more. Oh, look what we have here. Melt Cosmetics, the 27 palette. I have to say, the Melt mattes are definitely better in their pans than they are in their palettes. You know, I struggle with this because I love these shades. These shades are like so gorgeous in addition to these shades too, but the metallics in here are dismal. They're dismal. I mean, they were really hard to work with. I mean, they swatch really nicely, but when you try to get the, like, look how textured that is. When you try to get them on your lid, like, it just falls apart and there's no adherence at all. They were a mess. I'm gonna keep it because these are limited edition. I don't think they're gonna come back, and although 27 wasn't the most popular one, I like her. Oh, look at this. We got the highlight opals from Lime Crime. I actually really enjoyed this highlighter palette. It was really nice. I thought that the duochrome effect really looked beautiful on the skin. You could really build this up. So I'm keeping this because I actually really love this palette and what it has to offer. Of course, I'm having such a hard time showing you what these shades are because the camera is angled very weird. But here, this is like the opalescent, like duochrome thing going on with the the yellow, green, and the pink. That's going over there. You're like, Alicia, what are you going to give away? Well, I'll be more than happy to give away ColourPop's fame. This is all cool toned eyeshadows. Now, I have to say, I bought this because I wanted to give the cool tones a try, but I just felt they could have done more color variation here. These mattes look completely the same, and I felt they could have went deeper for at least one more in addition to the intensity shades they have here. Like, I feel they all look very similar. Sure, when they swatch they don't, so I get it, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy using this palette. I thought it was okay, and again, I feel like I have other shades in my collection that I could create cool tone looks with, but they don't look so flat. So I'm definitely going to give away fame. Let me know if you want that. You're going to die. You're going to die. Hold on. Wait. No. Let me get ready first. I will not give away my limited edition Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze. But what I will do, I'll give away this one. I have two. This was the first edition of the Tantastic. Oh, I gotta get the right inlay, or if you don't care, I could just keep that inlay there. This was the first one that came out. This is in 104 Tantastic, and they released it again the following year in the same shade, but with the rose gold. So I am keeping the rose gold, but if you want the silver with the white compact, let me know. The Pretty Vulgar Phoenix Rising eyeshadow palette. I actually enjoyed this. This was the only what is it called, Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow palette that I own. They have quite a few. You can see they designed it based off a bird cage, and then they put the different palettes to fill it up. I actually really like this palette. I used it in one of my videos. It's they have great pigmentation. I think these shades are really nice. It's your typical warm palette, but I really love the tones, and I love that they went purple plum as well, so it wasn't all exclusively red brown. Fly By Night, I think, is such a beautiful deep plum shade. Devilish Darling is like that nice purple metallic, and then you have Resurrected Sin. That's your reddish type of metallic shade. I'm on the fence because I know I don't use it, but I think it is so gorgeous that I should use it more often. So I'm going to keep Pretty Vulgar because I just love the design of the palette. I love that it's like a flip top like this. So I'm going to play with that some more. You're like, Alicia, you're not giving away anything. I gave away a lot in my last declutter. I was ruthless in my last declutter, so, and most of you were interested to know what I actually like to keep, so here you go. The Melt Smoke Sessions palette, definitely keeping this. I mean, I really think these metallics came through more so than the ones in 27 or Gemini, so gonna keep Smoke Sessions for sure. The limited edition Gemini. Sorry, friends, I gotta keep her. I know she wasn't everyone's favorite, but this was, I think I made it work. I definitely made it work. The metallics were disappointing, but these tones right here, I mean, not unlike anything I have in my collection. And again, I know a lot of people didn't like it, and they were like, what is the hype about? I'm just gonna leave it at that. The Femme Rosa Carucce and ColourPop Her Face palette. I actually really liked this palette. I thought that the bronzer was really smooth. I love the color of the blush. It has really rich tone to it. And the highlighter shade was nice and like golden yellow. It almost was like an orange, if you will. So I have a hard time with this because I don't think this is no longer offered. So I'm gonna have to keep this because I just love that collection. In exchange, let's see what I can do for you. Oh, well, look at what we have here. We have the Jouer Skinny Dip Ultra Foil Shimmer Shadows. Now, this is all topper, as you see. You could use this on your lid. You could use this in conjunction with other shadows. You got to be really careful because they have a lot of texture to them, but they also have a lot of shine, as you can see. So look at that. That's really beautiful. Here we have Skinny Dip, and that's going to give you crazy shine. Look at that. That's amazing. Midnight Swim, what does that look like? Oh my God, that's going to make a beautiful, like, woo! Look at that. Amazing. Look how gorgeous that is. So, I'm not giving up Femme Rosa, but I'll give up Skinny Dip. Let me know if you want Skinny Dip down below. Beige Cosmetics, the classic blush 10 color blush palette. If you are a working makeup artist and you just need a wider range of color choices for your clients, this is in, I think they come in different shade ranges. Like this might be the coral. I'm not too sure because I have this one as well. This is more like pinky nude. Like these have more browns, and this is just more pinky coral, you know what I mean? So they are different. I was trying to look on the actual compact if there was a name attached to the layout, just so oh, it's right here. I'm so stupid. Nude has the browns in them, so that is the nude palette. The classic has the more pinks and mauve. So I'm giving both these away. Let me know down below if you want. Contour palette, the Studio Pro contour palette. These are very warm. I mean, maybe except for this shade and these two, but in person they actually look warmer than how they appear on camera. This shade actually looks a lot more orange in person too. But again, if you are a working makeup artist and you just need some powder contour shades or even bronzer like shades for your clients, let me know down below if you need it and I'll be more than happy to send it out. Oh, classic colored Raine, Queen of Hearts. This palette holds a very special place in my heart because this was the one time when I actually felt what a great eyeshadow is supposed to do. When I dipped my brush into these mattes and metallics for the first time, I was just like, oh, this is outrageously gorgeous. So I'm definitely keeping this, friends. I'm sorry if you wanted it, but I have to. I might actually just get a new palette because this is really old. That's a classic. She can't leave. The Juvia's Place Masquerade Mini. So you got a lot of stuff going on in here, man. You got the hot pink. You got the matte magenta. I feel you could do a lot with these shades. You could have a party with these shades. So it's like really fun here on the first two rows, and then you got your neutral row. Juvia's metallics are just outstanding. They're really creamy and have a lot of punch to them. They are made in China, so if you're not okay with that, heads up on that detail. But I am giving this away. I love Juvia's Place. I do. I just rarely use this palette, and if I want it again, I'll just buy it again. But I'm going to try not to. The Warrior 2 by Juvia's. Everyone was like, oh my God, it's the Natasha Denona Safari palette. I wouldn't say all that, although it might remind you of the Safari palette, but I think, I mean, a lot more edited, of course, and just has less color here. But I'm going to keep this because I think this is just a great palette to have with you if you wanted to pair it with another palette that's mostly metallic. So I'm going to keep that in that collection. Atlantis blue eyeshadow palette from Face Candy. The palette that caused all the hoopla when Tarte was like, I want to release the all blue shade palette, and they were like, well, just kidding. And then Face Candy was like, well, we're not kidding, we're actually doing it. So this is the Atlantis palette. It is absolutely gorgeous. I saw this on Rocio's channel when she dealt with these colors for a demo, and they are outrageously beautiful. I mean, all blue, everything from teal to cobalt to everything in between. You have a lot of options here. I'm gonna keep it because I just think it's such a pretty palette to have, even though it's all blue. Like, just the cover, you know, they created that faux glow, if you will, that you experience under the water. So definitely a keeper. Oh, another Kat Von D eyeshadow palette. So this is like the mini version of the big matte metal palette. it was okay. I got this on a whim. It's really cute, you know, because this whole thing that when you turn it, depending on how you hold it, says matte or metal. I am going to give this away, so if you're a huge KVD fan, let me know. We got some small e.l.f. palettes here. This is the Bold palette. I was supposed to do a review on this, which is so funny. So I'm actually going to keep this because I'm curious to try these out. I haven't even touched this palette. You know what I mean? Or I could just give it away and buy it again, because I feel like someone else might really need this. I also have the Rose Gold Sunset palette. This was a great palette. I actually considered this a great drugstore buy because I really love the arrangement of mattes here. I thought it wasn't your typical warm brown palette. You have like your antique bronze, your orange, your red, and these really pretty, really nice mattes. I'm like running out of arm space, but not too bad, yeah? I think these are really pretty. Really nice color. And it's, you know, if you're on a budget or you just don't really care about spending a lot of money on eyeshadow, I think e.l.f. is a great way to go. So I am going to give this away because I have so much eyeshadow, and again, if I really wanted these again, I could just buy them again online. So if you want Jewel Pop, which is the colorful one, or Rose Gold Sunset, let me know down below. Another ColourPop special edition box. Gotta wipe my hands here. This is ColourPop Dusk Till Dawn. I believe this was their holiday collection from last year in 2017. One of them is missing. I'm definitely keeping this because I just love the packaging. Again, I love the limited edition mint colored plastic bins that they come in. Oh my god, this shade is just so pretty. Look at that. So sorry, gotta keep my ColourPop. I love her. All right, what do we have next? Definitely giving away my Rimmel London Magnifies Crimson Edition. It was alright, but I felt like it was very powdery. But if you don't really care about that and you just love this color story, it was okay. It was totally fine. But you know, it's Rimmel London. I feel like I have other palettes, not necessarily just more expensive, but just better quality that are not necessarily more than this, you know what I mean? So definitely giving that away. The Saharan by Juvia's. Let's see here. This was also another really pretty palette. I remember I reviewed this on my channel. You got a little bit of warm, you got a little bit of like pop of color here. Unfortunately, I went crazy on this shade, so it bled over to Iman. But they're just so creamy. Like, you can't go wrong with Juvia's, you know what I mean? Like, just look at that shine. So if you want this, let me know. I'm giving it away. Again, this is the Saharan by Juvia's. The Nubian by Juvia's, I think one of their more popular eyeshadow palettes because it's basically, you know, their warm eyeshadow palette. So you have like that mustard matte shade with the rest of the metallics in here. You have your intense shades as well. So let me know down below if you want to pick up Nubian. This is the ANNMARIE Cosmetics Reina del Caribe eyeshadow palette volume 1. I actually really enjoyed this palette and I am going to keep it because I want to get volume 2. You know, it's just been in my drawer because I have been accumulating so much makeup, and I think since everything has been given away and I'm creating more space, I could actually put this more in the forefront and, you know, use it more often. Like El Malecon is crazy gorgeous. Look how beautifully shiny that is. Amazing. And these mattes, I love. Guantanamera, look at that rich burgundy shade. Cafecito is like your deep brown shade that I think is really beautiful to have. So, and I actually love this palette. I love how it opens like a book. I think it's really different, and the foliage and design on the palette is really nice. So definitely keeping this. Look what we have here. I like your face. Oh, but she broke. Listen, I'm more than willing to kind of press this back in and clean it up, but if you want the ColourPop give me more pressed highlighter palette, let me know down below. Look at this, the limited edition semi-precious ColourPop palette in collaboration with Sephora. Remember when they were Sephora for that short stint and they made like an all metallic eyeshadow palette? These are actually really nice, really smooth. I mean, are there like the most beautiful metallics ever, no, but I feel just really nice to have. So, and I really love the thinness of the palette. I think it's just easy to pack. And for instance, you could take this along with the Warrior 2, right? Because the Warrior 2 will have your mattes, and then the semi-precious will be your metallic story. I have to keep this because I don't see this anymore. And with all the ruthless decluttering I did the last time, like, I don't know what it is about ColourPop. I freaking love ColourPop. Don't yell at me. I will give away my Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 1. These are gorgeous blush shades that I feel will look devastatingly beautiful on richer, deeper skin tones. I mean, look at that. As like a contour even. Look at that brightness of the orange. Isn't that nuts? This, insane. Insane. And then these shades, I feel would just be gorgeous. Hello? Look at that. As a highlight, oh my god. And here's the other one. I'm gonna go a little higher. No, that's not gonna work. So check this out. Look how beautiful that is. So let me know down below if you want volume 1. I know I have volume 2 somewhere, but I don't know where she is. She lost. This was probably one of my most favorite ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. This is from holiday, I believe 2017. All I See Is Magic. I thought this was beautifully designed. You have not only your browns and your warms, but these gem tone metallics, like this shade right here, this antique bronze shade. You have to be kidding me. Look at that. And this teal duochrome shade, so pretty. That is just gorgeous. Sorry, friends. She's staying. She is staying. She's still in the box. Look at this. She is still in the freaking box. The Disney designer collection from ColourPop. Here is the eyeshadow palette from all the Disney princesses. It's a really nice palette. I definitely love the Villains one more because I just think it's more interesting. This I felt was really similar to the one in the Villains collection, which is so funny, you know what I mean? Like, but it's a beautiful shade. And these are really soft. Definitely could have used Beast as a defining shade. It's not super deep brown, which leads me to believe that it's not gonna be super defining, or maybe, well, that looks super defining to me just now. So who really knows? I'm still on the fence. I know I could just give this away, but there's just something about ColourPop. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm afraid she has to stay. I mean, this is a perfect palette to give away because it's basically still in the box, but I'm crazy. I can't help myself. Here are all the colored Raine 6-pan mini palettes. I have all tutorials on each palette on my channel, so if you want to check that out. This is in Lovelies. I think this is a very interesting arrangement of shades. You could definitely make something happen, but I don't know. I think this is my least favorite, so I'm definitely going to give Lovelies away. Smoke Show is gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, this shade right here, Smoke Screen, is like so crazily rich. Look at that depth. I mean, oh, so pretty. So definitely got to keep that because it is just insanely beautiful. Beauty Rust. This was Stephanie Nicole's favorite. I mean, this is a great layout of shades. Daisy. The color of Daisy is just, look at that. Marigold, anything, mustard, whatever, you cannot go wrong. It's a little limiting because the only metallic shade you got is Dream. That's the only metallic shade you got, but it's a nice metallic shade. It has really beautiful shine. It is a little more chunky than the other metallics across the board in her 6-pan palettes, but man, so I'm definitely going to keep Beauty Rust. And last but not least, which I actually consider to be a dupe for Pat's La Vie en Rose. I mean, not really, because, I mean, La Vie en Rose is basically irreplaceable. But Purple Berry and Love Berry, I feel, are really close enough, like Purple Mattes, to kind of create something you would from La Vie en Rose. I think it's still so gorgeous. Palm Berry, look at that shine for the purple. Isn't that beautiful? Amazing. And then you have Platinum Berry if you don't want to go the traditional purple route and you want to go more steel. Simply amazing. And I actually feel this is, despite its distinct color story, I feel the most comprehensive out of all the 6-pan palettes, because you can stay warm, or you could go more purple here, or you could go more steel with this matte or this matte pair with that metallic shade. You know what I mean? So you could do a lot with this 6-pan palette. I'm having a hard time letting it go because, of course, I'm swatching everything. I'm like, it's so beautiful. But I am giving away Very Cute. I am keeping Beauty Rust and Smoke Show. But if you want Very Cute, let me know. As well as Lovely's Golden State of Mind, another limited edition ColourPop Sephora palette that was out for the holidays. This was just all metallics. Remember this palette? I mean, such a splurge type of, very little to use, because again, you will have to have a matte or something to pair these shades with. You know, they're okay. I felt like they could have done a little better in terms of the formula. Like, look how crumbly that is. But, you know, these shades might be a little more shiny. Like, that could be something. That's a little chunky chunk. I'm having a hard time because, again, this was like, it doesn't no longer exist. But it wasn't a bad palette either, but it wasn't, like, the best. It wasn't mind-blowing. I'm running out of arm space. Like, that one's really pretty. That's a pretty color. The question is, Alicia, are you going to use these shades? Look how pretty that is. Oh my god. Look at this one. Look at this one. Oh, that's pretty. Oh man. You know what? Screw it. I'm keeping it. Sorry. I got to. I'm going to warn you right now. We are going into all ColourPop palettes. So I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to give away, because you know how I feel about my ColourPop. I am so proud to say that I did not pick up the most recent addition to the ColourPop family, which was Makeup Sheila's newly released Caution eyeshadow palette. I refused. I was like, Alicia, you cannot buy that palette. Like, calm down. I saw that they had a bundle with Perception and Caution on the website, which I think is really cute. This is still one of my most favorite palettes, because despite it not entering my top 5, I still gave it honorable mention because I do love the I Love Sarai better. Not, you know, because of which influencer I love better, but I just thought that was a more fun color layout. This is beautiful, and I think great for someone if you're looking into buying ColourPop who doesn't want to dive solely into color, but you have your browns to hold you down. You still can create your daily friendly looks or a very smoky bronze gold, rose gold type of look. But then you got your fun shades here. You could go olive, you could go blue, you could go magenta purple, you can go duochrome. Sassy is so pretty. Look at that. L.E. Beautiful olive shade. September. Like, so pretty. Definitely keeping Perception, but not too expensive to begin with. So if you are thinking about buying it from ColourPop, I definitely highly recommend it. Swatch break. Fortune. I love Fortune. I think you should definitely get Fortune if you're into plummy matte, orangey matte. These are really beautiful shades and one of my most favorite ColourPop palettes, so definitely keeping that. Michelle. I was supposed to do a tutorial for my girl Michelle. She has been asking me for months to do a 3-look tutorial using Chasing Rainbows, so it is coming. I think this is going to be my first 3-look video I'm gonna do. I have plenty of work with Natasha Denona and a lot of palettes I have in my collection, but this is such a fun palette because you basically have a matte to pair with any of the metallics in here. Like on one, you could pair with Bring It. So that's like one eyeshadow look that's over and done with. Then you have Keep It Cool with Not Playing. So that's that matte, and then you could pair it with this metallic shade. It's not the strongest formula, but I just love how, again, you have a vast array of choices here in terms of color and neutral. So I have to dip back into that. I owe Michelle that. Everyone's like, who's Michelle? Michelle's been asking me to do this for months, so I actually have to now dive in. I am keeping Chasing Rainbows. It is sold still on ColourPop.com. Cute AF. You know what? I will give this away because I could always buy it again. You know, it's super old and it's super used, but I feel like I should at least pass Cute AF along. This is like the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette dupe. Basically, you have your oranges, your reds, your browns, your tans, your dark browns, your golds, your beiges, everything is in here. Your yellow. See, that was the yellow. I was like, Alicia, you have a yellow. You don't need the ColourPop Shayla Caution palette. So if I needed to buy this again, I could buy it again. And ColourPop always has so many sales and like buy one, get 50% off free or 20% off site-wide. So I'll be all right. Give it to me straight. I really love this arrangement of color. Plum with brown is like my ultimate pairing. Definitely have to keep this, but I will give away, if I have it in here, it might be in my other drawer. I'm not too sure. Oh, here it is. I'm going to give away Double Entendre. Let me know if you want this palette. Definitely good for that person who is just really into browns, nothing else than that. But listen, look at this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at these mattes. So gorgeous. I love it. Look at that. This is one of ColourPop's more basic palettes. Absolutely, but I feel someone will really enjoy this. So giving that away. These are still packaged in the boxes. Oh my goodness. I don't know where the other one is. It's like a sol one. Is sunset or sun theme. This is Mar, which stands for the sea in Spanish. So you got Mar, you got a lot of browns and golds, bronzes. So pretty. Look at this blue. Really pretty blue. Check out this sea foam. Is this like, that's like a satin type of shade. I think will pair really nicely with that blue. And here is the matte blue if you want to take a look at how that swatch is. It's dry and you can see it's not a great swatch. You can definitely build it up and I feel it'll be optimal to blend out this shade with. This is gorgeous. This is like a penny type of metallic shade. And then you have your dark brown here. Again, you could use to build intensity with this shade. If you wanted just a transition shade, then you can use that tan shade. I think is really nice. So, oh, you're popping out, sir. And look how pretty that is. That's like a nice shiny orange shade. So I'm gonna give this one away. Again, if I wanted it again, I could always grab it, but I think it's really fun. Oh my goodness, so many ColourPop palettes. Okay, this is the KathleenLights, the Zodiac collab for the eyeshadow palette. I know a lot of people like this palette. I had a hard time, I feel, navigating it. I still want to try it out. I still want to play with it some more. There's still some lots of beautiful shades in here. You know what I mean? Like, hello, you're gonna be in frame. Like Aries is really nice. And then you have Pisces, which is like okay, like it's a little chunky, I have to say. And the Aquarius is not like the best blue matte. So I was on the fence about it and I could give it away and I just should because I don't know, I feel someone will enjoy this a lot more. I always try to collect all the ColourPop palettes, you know what I mean? Just to kind of be consistent with it. But I don't know, this wasn't her best. I think I liked the Dream a lot more, but I just love the packaging, you know what I mean? So this is the Dream Street palette, her first collaboration with ColourPop, and I just feel the shadow quality is better in this palette. Like, look how beautiful that is. And then you have this really shiny shade here. Like that's like a duochrome. That's like a duochrome situation there. You have your dark brown here that you can use to build intensity with any of, look at that, that's gorgeous. So I don't think these are limited edition. I don't believe they are. Dream Street and Zodiac are still sold online, so you know what, I'm gonna give these away. I'm also gonna give away the Princess palette because the Princess palette is still online too if I feel like the need to keep this. So update, I am going to give away the Princess palette. I'm sorry if I confused you. You got to email me again. And I am going to give away the Kathleen palette. I have so much freaking ColourPop, and I think I might actually bump into more in my other declutters. I actually have 2 more drawers to go through, so that might be in another video because this is long enough as it is. Okay, now we have, my friend Dana was so nice to give this to me. I'm keeping this because I haven't even cracked into it yet, and I'm dying to use the pink shadows, so I'm gonna keep that. The She Femme Rosa eyeshadow palette. I think this is still available as well, but I'm gonna keep Femme Rosa because I just love this packaging and I want it to stay with her sister, the face palette. Sweet Talk is back in stock. I'm definitely going to keep Sweet Talk. This was in my top eyeshadow picks for March. I mean, you just can't go wrong. You got your pressed glitters in here. You got beautiful coral shades and just like a different array of textures and shades that you could have really fun with. These pressed glitters are just beautiful. Proceed with caution. Anytime you deal with a glitter near your eye, you just risk damaging anything remotely in and around your eye. So just be careful with that. But I was just super impressed by the shine of these glitters. I mean, unlike anything I've tried, I think they're shinier than Huda's, so I'm keeping Sweet Talk, but if you want it, it is back in stock. And what do we have here? Definitely have to keep my Little Pony. Look how cute this is. And they use like the vintage Little Ponies, not like the new Little Ponies. I think this is such a cute palette. So I'm gonna dip into this again actually and play with it a little more because I just think it's a fun palette. Probably not the most popular one from ColourPop, but you can't go wrong with My Little Pony. Look how pretty that is. Element of Surprise, I still feel no longer available. This was the one that had the questionable shades that were considered pressed pigments and not specifically safe for the eye area. I think it was this shade and maybe one of the others. Is still really pretty. I mean, it has like a little bit of a, hello, you can't even see that. It has a little bit of a blue flip to it. So it has like that blue flip sheen in the color. And then these 2 shades, I mean, look at this. This is like the mustard type of tone shade that you know that I love. So I'm going to keep this and dip back into Element of Surprise because I just think it's so pretty. And You Had Me at Hello, I believe still available on ColourPop. Again, love this arrangement. Very similar to what we just swatched, no? But this is like, I guess, more tan brown, who knows? And then you have your plummy, your like kind of mauvey beige here that I feel will make a really pretty transition shade. So that's nice. And your deep brown, can't go wrong. You have that on standby to create intensity with. And then your rose gold, plummy, mauves, metallic. So definitely going to keep You Had Me at Hello because, again, I just love the ColourPop eyeshadow palettes and a lot of the color stories in there. And last but not least, I just have these random Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation samples. I have the shades Bronzed Macchiato, Caramel, Latte Fawn Almond, Sand, Porcelain, Shell, Pearl, and Alabaster. If you were looking to try the Jouer High Coverage Essential Liquid Foundation and you want any of the shade samples from the ones that I just presented, then let me know down below. I also have these very small BH Cosmetics. They're like 6-pan palettes. I don't think they're particularly mind-blowing, but if you are on a budget and you just need some eyeshadow, you know, let me know and I could throw this in with the mix. And that is it, my friends. I'm sorry that I kept more this time around, but you know, I feel it's just balanced, that there's a lot of stuff that I love, and I think I was ruthless in my last declutter because a lot of that stuff I haven't seen in ages. And this drawer I definitely opened more than the one from the last video, and I think that's why I wasn't as aggressive. But I feel we have a lot here that we're gonna give away. Whoever gets to me first, it's theirs. Some people do change their mind. They'll give me a list, I'll put the items under their name, and then they email me back and say, you know what, give that palette to someone else. But that's why I write all your requests down on a note in a notebook, because I'll go to the next person who requested that same item, just to be fair. Again, thank you so much for your willingness to help cover shipping costs and materials, and yeah, you'll be hearing from me soon. But until then, friends, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another tutorial, how to, demo, or declutter. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.